Good day, everyone. I am Chana Gurib Dinalang, and I am together with Ms. Hazel Zayan Yap, Jolife Amandam, and Ms. Anjanette Liguiz. Today, we were tasked to tackle about the planning and organizing conference, its importance while conducting, types of conference, guide in organizing conference. Before we will move on, let us know first what is conference. So conference is a gathering of many people who talk about specific subject or topic. People met to confer about a theme and have a common interest. Always planned well in advance. So conference need to be planned well in advance to come up a productive one. Conference have different importance. First, fresh perspective, continuous improvement and renewal professionally and personally as individual keeps themselves sharp. So the individuals who are involved in their conference will have the continuous improvement and renewal of their knowledge and skills. Next, networking. Developing a strong professional network has become one of the key prerequisites for professional success. So through conferencing, networking between strong professionals or businesses may become a prerequisite to improve what they have in themselves or in their business or company. Next, learning. Conference provide a blended learning environment with multiple opportunities for individuals to learn and engage in a wide array of formats. So it is clearly stated that conference provide a blended learning, which the individuals who are involved or who attended the conference will gain knowledge and skills to further share it also to other individuals. Next importance it is spark new ideas. So this is a great way for the employees to be inspired by fresh ideas, to start rethinking the status quo and to help hopefully live ready to tackle business challenges in creative and innovative ways. So in this importance of conference, the individuals, especially the employees, will be inspired to have more fresh ideas to share and rebuild or refresh their businesses or individual status and knowledge. Next will be tackled by our other member, Ms. Dayan Jolfe and Anjanet.
So now, let us proceed to the seven types of conference, and these are the academic conference, the peace conference, the trade conference, the authors conference, the professional conference, the settlement conference, and the last one is the conference call. Let us identify first what is an academic conference. An academic conference is a formal event in which scientists or researchers present the results of their study or trial. So this means that an academic conferences are meetings where researchers gather together to hear about the latest developments in a research area. The main reason why people in the academy participate in this conference it is because it is vital to find out what's new in your field of study to survive in an academic discipline. Academic conferences also keep you updated on new findings that have taken place. This is in fact one of the major reasons why one should attend an academic conference. Next is the peace conference. peace conference happens when there is conflict between two countries, their leaders, their representatives, or diplomats may meet. So this means that a peace conference is an event at which representatives of different countries meet to discuss ways to end war or conflicts. It have been held throughout history, with some of the most notable ones being the Congress of the Vienna, the Paris Peace Conference of 1919, and the Camp David Accords. So the primary goal of a peace conference is to reach agreements that will lead to long-lasting peace. The next one is the trade conferences. It is another way of referring to a trade fair or trade show. This means that a trade conference is an event at which representatives of different companies or industries meet to discuss ways to improve trade between them. It can be local, national, or international in scope. Attendees often include the business people, the government officials, and the academic experts. The primary goal of this conference is to promote trade and investment by identifying opportunities and removing barriers. The next one is the authors' conferences. Authors' conferences happens when authors get together, some review their works and possibly alterations or improvements. So this means that an authors conference is an event at which writers meet to discuss their work and writing process. Attendees include the published authors, the aspiring writers, and the students of writing. The primary goal of this conference is to provide a forum for exchanging ideas and networking. Next is the professional conferences. This happens when professionals from a certain field get together to discuss the latest developments and implications. So these are similar to academic conferences in some ways, but presentations tend to be focused more on practical issues, both having to do with the actual work participants do and with regulations, funding, and other forces that affect the profession. The next one is the settlement conferences. This is all about the plaintiff and the defendant in a potential lawsuit meet. So the main purpose of this conference is to encourage the parties to a lawsuit to settle the lawsuit and avoid time, anxiety, and cost of a trial. So that's the purpose of a settlement conference. Next, the last one is the conference call. It is considerably cheaper than face-to-face meeting. It is because a conference call, it is a telephone call involving multiple participants. It is also known as a teleconference. It's because people invited to the meeting can be joined by dialing a number which will connect them to a conference bridge. And these conference bridges act as virtual rooms, that allow several people to host or join the meeting. So that is all about the types of conference.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Hazel Dayanyap, and I'm here to tackle about the guides in organizing a conference. So, in organizing a conference, there is a need for you to have a guide or a step-by-step process so that the flow in organizing the conference will be smooth and concrete. So the step one would be decide on a theme. So themes, this is kind of the main focus of your conference. So the theme should be very catchy, relatable, and trigger an emotional response. Because when deciding a theme, it should be relatable so that it will catch the attention of your participants and for them to have to get the interest of the participants. So step 2 is assembly your A team. You'll need a team of people to assume responsibility for a different aspect of the planning, negotiations, and promotions. So it's very important to have a manpower because we all know the saying that goes, no man is an island, right? So you actually need to have a manpower because conference is a big event. So you need someone or you need a team for you to organize it very smoothly. Okay, so here are the types of your team or your manpower. So the first one is the planning team. This one plans the conference venue, the accommodations, and the sets of activities and catering services. So the next one is the administration team. This team is in charge of the budgeting, the attendee registration, and the ticket sales. The next one is the marketing team. This refers in contacting the media, the managing your website, the blog, and the social media activities. The next is the sponsorship team. This secures sponsors applying for grants and fundraising because sponsorship team is just very optional because it's just up to you if you want to have more budget on your conference because not only that, conference does not only rely on external sources of finance because there are times that you will be short with your budget, so that is very unexpected. Then therefore these sponsorships are very beneficial in having a conference. So the last but not the least are the volunteers. They are the ones that help with the all on-site activities, coordinate the team, set priorities, and delegate the task. So step 3 is prepare a budget and business plan. You need to put on a budget because you need to know where your money is being earned and spent. So this budget should be, you have a list of that or a plan that inculcates receipts about the budget for the venue, the budget for accommodation, the transportation, catering, speaker fees, activities, and etc. It is very important because you can stay in track of the finances in your conference so that you will have an idea where your money goes and where your money has been spent. So the fourth step is find sponsors and grants. So as what I have said earlier, these are optional. But if you still want to find sponsors, it is very beneficial as well. So if you want, you go out looking for sponsors or arrange fundraisers. So the key thing to keep in mind is that the sponsors and their values should align with the theme of your conference. So for example, your conference is all about art. So therefore, you should find sponsors or grants with the company or with someone who is in line with arts as well, so that they will support you in your conference. So step 5 is settle on a date. So you should decide where your conference will take place and see to it that when you settle on that date, like all of the things that inculcates the conference should be ready before the said date. So here are the tips on deciding a date. You should find out how long the conference will last. May it be 2 to 3 days or more. Then pick a date that doesn't conflict with other major events like festivals. Avoid summer and winter periods. Never plan a conference during the weekend. And best days for conference is on Thursday and Friday. So the step 6 is book the venue. So once you know the date, you can start looking for the available venues. So your conference should align with a venue. May it be on 3 campuses as one of the 3 venue categories. The one is university campuses, the best suited for smaller academic events, and it is very cheap to hire. So the next one is the hotel. They have the dedicated conference facilities and catering, and which is the most expensive option because hotel itself you have to rent the hotel, so it's very expensive. So the next one is independent venues, all other types of venues that can be best conferences. It's up to you. If you want to have a cheap venue or you exert more on the venue itself. So other factors to consider when looking for the right venue. So the size, the location, the atmosphere, facilities, accommodation, catering, transportation, technical aspects. So most importantly lang no, having a venue, you should consider first the what type of conference that you're going to have, and then after that you will find a venue that relates to your conference topic.
So here I am. I am Anjanette Ginogaligwis and I will talk about the guides in organizing a conference. So I will continue the step 7 until step 14. So step 7, arrange catering and other vendors. So as a conference organizer, you must make sure that you will arrange the catering, or if not, there were a provide on-site catering or an external vendors. Kumbaga, meron silang mapagbilihan ng kanilang pangailangan kapag sila ay nagugutom. Yung for your participants. So, step 8. Line up your speaker. So, we all know that those speakers is the center of your conference. So, you must be line up or you must secure one big name of the speaker. So, dapat nakaset na ang imong speaker, so wala pa nagsugod ang imong conference. Dapat nakabalo na sila, asa sila mo start or mo sulod. Next, step 9. Put together an agenda. Shape into detailed agenda. So, as a conference organizer, you must have a detailed agenda so that your participants can know what that conference all about. Next, step 10. Start registering attendance. So, as an conference organizer, you must allow your attendance or participants to sign up so that you will know how kung pila ang imong participants or na abot ba nimo ang imong, kumbaga naabot man nimo ang imong need nga participants or audiences. So step 11, promote your conference. So the main focus in promoting the conference via all available channels. So you must promote your conference so that it will spread all over the world. Or by promoting your conference, you will use different channels. Step 12. Take your on-site planning. So, to have a conference, you must take your on-site planning. So you must make sure that your venue is navigate with your audience or participants. Step 13, host the conference. So you're the one to host the conference. So step 14, follow up after the conference. So this is the most important. Before the end of your conference, you must say thank you to your participants and most of all to your speakers. And after that, you must collect the feedback of your participants in order to know that if they have learned or they got some ideas about your conference.